Recent reports coming from David Ornstein suggest that Arsenal have opened talks with Thomas Partey on potentially signing a new deal. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't speak to you enough about how much I love the idea of signing Thomas Partey down to a new deal. However, I did drop a video recently talking about implications on why this deal potentially won't get done. And for me, I'd love it to get done, but what's the real possibility? And what are the options like if we do sign Thomas Partey? Or what are they like if we don't resign Thomas Partey? What are the realities and what situations are we looking at? Like I said, people, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This is Gunner Street. Here I have all Arsenal content. And if you like anything Arsenal, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, as I have analysis, breakdowns, match reviews, previews as well. Anything Arsenal related, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Further ado, let's get straight into the video.
So what do you think about that first half, though, even though it was a tricky start?
Yeah, I mean, it was.
So just before the Crystal Palace game this week, it was announced by David Ornstein that Thomas Partey and Arsenal have opened talks about potentially signing a new deal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely massive. Thomas Partey this season has been one of our best players, scoring goals and getting assists from defensive midfield. And not only just the numbers, but ladies and gentlemen, the performances and the consistency and surprisingly the fitness of Thomas Partey has wowed all Arsenal fans around the world. I'm telling you, the way he's been able to, yes, we all know Thomas Partey, when he's fit, he can be one of our best players. But seeing him fit, knock on wood now, for almost a full season, I'm seeing him perform week in, week out, whether that's at centre defensive midfield or even sometimes at right back, where he even scored that goal the other day against Brentford. So listen, if you ask me, Thomas Partey brings a lot of quality to the squad. But let's look at the realities of Thomas Partey signing to this team. Well, if he signs, that's one less position you're going to have to replace. Because with Jorginho also set to leave, if Thomas Partey leaves as well, you're looking at having to replace two experienced midfielders in that position. And that's going to be very hard to do in this market. Two players that have been playing in the league for a very long time, and then replacing them with people that, who, one, have potentially not played in this league, and two, might not be physically up to match the level of those players. Maybe a Zubimendi. Zubimendi, to me, I think that's the only downfall I say in his game. I think he's a quality player, very technical player, very good, also in a tackle as well. But I just think physically, can he come into this league? It's a very hard league to come into and adapt to. So we're going to have to wait and see, even if we do get the Zubimendi deal done, first of all. But if that's the case, he's going to have to step in with quality from the jump if we do manage to not sign Partey or Jorginho. And I think that's the most important factor behind all of this. I think keeping a player like Thomas Partey, it's going to cost you, yes, and he's already on over 200k a week. Does that deal make sense to do when you have Saka coming up on a new deal, who's going to potentially get over 300k? Saliba with the new deal coming up, they're potentially going to sign a striker who's going to make upwards of 200k as well. Maybe a left winger as well who's going to want the same deal. Like, it's going to get very competitive. And you also have players like Odegaard, Declan Rice already in there. Adding another player like Partey in there, does that ruin the financial structure we've worked so hard to build? Especially when you're not winning things, that can get very, very tricky. So it's a fine line that this board must come to. And it's a very fine line that we must know approach. But if you ask me, I'd give Thomas Partey like a 50k wage increase. That's probably what I'd cap it at. And other than that, realistically, you just have to make sense of the deal. Is that a deal you want to do? I don't know. It's tough, man. But Thomas Partey brings a wealth of knowledge and experience. And Zubimendi, even if you sign Zubimendi along with keeping Thomas Partey in the squad, having Zubimendi under Thomas Partey's wing, understanding that even if Zubimendi gets injured or have a drop in form, you know you have Thomas Partey there who gives you that quality anytime he steps on the pitch at one of the highest levels still in Europe. And I think he can still give you that. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, if you ask me, like I said, I get Thomas Partey on the deal. I'd slightly bump up his wage because I know Saudi Arabia is also in there, and Atletico Madrid, who have been spending money recently in recent windows. I just hope we keep him, man. He has been absolute quality. He's been absolutely quality. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below, ladies and gentlemen. This is just my quick take on the whole Thomas Partey contract situation. If you have any differing opinions, leave them in the comment section down below. What would you sign Thomas Partey for? And do you think this deal is smart enough to get done? And even if we don't sign a player like Zubamendi, and we don't resign Thomas Partey, who would be a quality player that could also give you the experience to help build this squad and help take us to the next level? Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for your love and support. Peace.